So what are we watching tonight, Brent?
We, as always, are going to watch WWF Superstars. It's going to be lots of fun. It's 1992, if you know what I mean.
1992. What do you think was the number one hit on the billboards right now, 1992, and I don't know what month this is.
So I believe, hold on. Let me check with the research department, and it is June 13th, 1992.
What's your guess? I'm gonna look it up. Let's see if we
Girl, You Know It's True by Milli Vanilli, but I feel like that's like Milli Vanilli was like way before 1992, weren't they? Or am I about right?
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Before I push search here, I'm going to guess it's that Mariah Carey Boys to Men song that they sang.
One Sweet Day.
Oh, wow. June, well, it depends which date it was. Jump or I'll Be There or Baby Got Back was the number one on the billboard.
So the 13th of June.
13th of June just started Jump. I'm assuming that's Jump by Criss Cross and not Jump.
I would have. It's got to be a Jump by Criss Cross. Yeah. Oh God, I was wearing my. How old were you in 1992?
I would have been 11.
You were 11. Okay, so yeah, I was like a few years younger than. I remember I used to wear my shorts backwards. Remember because they had their shorts on backwards in the video.
Did you ever have any cross colors? Do you remember those?
No, I'm not familiar with cross cutters.
Cross colors.
Cross colors. No, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay. I don't know. It was just like a clothing line that they made the back. I think that's what they were wearing in the videos. I could be wrong. I think they were called cross colors. And they they were overalls. Speaking of overalls, they were overalls, but they always wore the one strap down. You know that look back then with the one strap down?
Yeah. The one strap down, like all the kids on Saved by the Bell were doing.
Cross
I recently watched the movie House Party. Have you seen the movie House Party?
Fantastic movie.
Tremendous movie. Everybody was wearing their overalls like that backwards.
You know that movie is based off a Shakespeare play?
What?
Look it up. Do some research after this.
You're fucking with me.
I'm dead serious. It's a Shakespearean play that they based that movie after.
Oh, holy goddamn shit. My mind is blown. That's been one of my favorite movies. I don't like the second one. The third one, the only funny part is Bernie Mac telling him, if people don't like you for beating yourself, fuck them. That's the only good part of that entire movie.
I've never seen anyone but the first one.
Good. You don't need to watch them. Just look up Bernie Mac House Party 3 and you'll get the gist of what I'm talking about.
Okay. I like some good Bernie Mac.
Yeah, who doesn't? Pal? So before we actually get into Superstars, the Mayor of Canton, how are you doing this evening? I almost said this afternoon. It's like fucking 10 o'clock.
Speaking of that, I don't know if you caught it this morning, but I 100% with every fiber of my being thought today was Saturday. I was literally sitting on my couch petting my dogs and realized by text from someone at my work saying, "Where are you?" And I'm like, sitting on my couch, petting my dogs, man. What's up? What do you mean? And so I realized it was not Saturday. And I was like, dude, like you're messing with me. Like it's like, I don't know why. Like I was as sure as today was Saturday as my name is the Mayor of Canton and I'm too good for jury duty and that we're going to see some mullets tonight. Like I was that sure. 100%. I did not think today was Friday. Like, you know how sometimes you're just like, so sure of something you won't believe it no matter what anyone says. I'm like,
yeah,
I woke up thinking it was Saturday. I saw my neighbors sitting on their porch, which they never do during the week. And I'm like, today's Saturday. They must have the day off. I don't know. I just really felt today was Saturday.
I'm going to blame it on your neighbors. Those goddamn neighbors. They screwed you over by sitting out on their porch and confusing you.
Well, they're both retired. So it wouldn't really matter what day of week it is, but I just never see them sitting out during the week. Probably because I'm at work. Now that I'm thinking about it and processing it, it's probably because I'm not at home during the week.
It's all making sense now, pal.
It's making sense now, but it was not making sense this morning.
The pieces of the puzzle have come together. I would ask you what you liked about wrestling this week, but I have not watched a lick. I watched some of Raw. I saw the cage match between Big E and Kevin Owens. I really like the Doudrop Bianca Belair match. I thought that was cool. I didn't like the whole walkout finish, but I guess it is what it is. I thought that was a good match.
Oh yeah,
but,
I remember. Very very honky tonk man esque.
Yeah, she just said fuck. Yeah, she just said fuck this shit. I'm out. Yeah, that was good. So I didn't really see anything else. Anything else that sticks out for you?
I don't. Are you going to watch NXT?
I probably will end up watching it. I haven't yet. I watch NXT UK.
Okay, I will just say I know this is going to get. If anyone is a huge Johnny Gargano fan, I am a huge Grayson Waller fan, and let's just say he steals the show.
I agree.
I love me some Grayson Waller, and that theme music, you've got to listen to it. If you have not listened to it yet, listen to that theme music.
It is fantastic. I had to have heard it at least once because I watched War Games, so he came out to the ring. But I don't have any recollection of what it sounded
you probably
like.
wouldn't hear it during War Games. I remember listening to War Games, and the crowd was so loud and they were chanting, you really couldn't hear the song. But just pull it up on YouTube, play Grayson Waller's theme song. You'll be adding it to your playlist. I'm telling you, it's that good.
All right, I'll check it out. I do like Grayson Waller, and I like that. He got a little revenge. He got a little hit on Johnny before Johnny got out of there, and why not? I mean, he's leaving. Why not do something? You know what I mean?
I mean, they started this. I think they started the show with him having a little backstage outside of the arena conversation with LA Knight, and huge fan of LA Knight. I think everyone should be or is. I mean, that guy he's fantastic.
If you're not a fan of LA Knight, I don't know what you're doing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I can't believe it took him so long to get them to either WWE or NXT. He should have been there somewhere. I don't think he was he?
So he was in NXT like a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but probably 5-6 years ago, maybe he was at NXT. And then they let him go, and then he did all this stuff, and then he came back. I'm surprised they haven't moved him up to Raw or SmackDown at this point.
I think they'll save that for the Rumble. Then he'll be there, I think. They're just buying him some time until the Rumble.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
I just love when he ends his promos. Yeah! And just walks off or whatever. Yeah. It's so good every single time.
I like when he gets, let me talk to you. I like that.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, he's probably one of the best promos there is in wrestling right now. He's always good.
Yep, 100% agree.
100%. All right, well there it is. We have discussed it. Mayor doesn't have any seltzers to describe to us this week. Maybe next week.
There is a Bud Light winter pack seltzers. I could probably try to make it happen.
See,
you haven't tried those yet, have you?
The only Bud Light seltzers that I've ever liked are the lemonade ones.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I haven't liked any of the other ones, so I haven't tried them. Well, but maybe.
I'll see if I can make that happen next Friday for us.
All right. Well, there we go, pal. Tune in. I mean, are you free next Friday? If you are.
Wait, what's the date? It's before.
So I think that's the Friday
17th?
before. I think that's the Friday before Christmas Eve.
I'm still good on that Friday. Following Friday, probably not.
Obviously, Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve are both on Fridays, and we obviously won't be doing the show that Friday night because we'll be doing whatever else we're doing because it's Christmas and New Year's Eve, pal.
Yeah,
absolutely. But be on the lookout. The mayor's going to give us his. Thank God somebody's going to drink those, and it doesn't have to be me because I certainly don't want to drink.
You're going to be drinking them. I'm going to describe them so accurately. You're going to think that they're tap dancing on your tongue.
Oh, God, I hope not, pal. God, I hope not. Well, here we go, pals. Here we go. I got it all queued up. I'm counting from 3 if you're watching along with us at a later date. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
June 13th, 1992.
June 13th. Oh,
it's a warm day in Louisville, Kentucky, I bet.
It is probably. I bet it's got to be in Rupp Arena again. It's always the same arena for like 5 or 6 times.
Do you really think this was all shot over those weeks? Or do you think
I shot it. They used to just shoot like just these over and over, like 4 hours of these in one arena, 4 or 5 hours of these in one arena. Yeah,
that makes sense. I couldn't imagine them keep traveling back to the Rupp Arena or to the Onondaga Civic Center in Buffalo.
The boys have to stay there for Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, Lexington. I said Louisville. I do apologize, Jim, Mr. Cornette.
God damn, it's fucking Louisville, motherfucker, not Lexington. Or wait, it's Lexington, not Louisville. God damn.
We actually have a little tiny city with maybe like 4,000 people by where I live called Louisville, and people get very upset when they say Louisville.
Do you want to hear what's funny? Is that I also have a place not too far from where I live, also called Louisville.
Louisville, there you go. Look at that. Nebraska
Yeah.
and Canton, Ohio are not that far apart.
They are not so
maybe
far
about
indeed.
maybe about a 12-hour drive or so, but I mean,
Not that far.
maybe not even that far. Probably like 8 hours.
I'm sure every single friggin' Midwest town probably has Louisville.
Probably. Just like there's a Canton in just about every town. That's why I'm like the Springfield of The Simpsons. You don't know where I'm at. Okay, I've said Ohio a million times, but
But you don't know if he means Ohio or he means Ohio.
yeah, it could be O and then HI, which is that Hawaii? No.
I think so.
I think it is.
Maybe, I don't know.
Kamala.
I've never won a spelling bee, so I don't know.
Kumala.
I just watched. Oh, here we go. It's Tatanka. Here comes Tatanka. Oh, he's gonna start talking to the warrior.
I wish they didn't make that little red cutout on his pants. Like, why did they make it a thong? He looks like
Yeah.
They could have just left that all white.
Yeah, they didn't have to do that.
I mean, he's already got a red stripe in his hair. Does he need the red stripe on his ding dong?
God damn, pal, get that red stripe on his dong. He's got it on his hair. Come on, pal. God damn it. I love that shirt. Barry Horowitz. Do you remember when Barry Horowitz had a baby face run in like 1995 when he beat Skip of the Body Donnas?
I don't remember beating Skip. I thought he won like a battle royale, didn't he?
No,
Like
he definitely beat Skip of the Body Donnas a couple times, and then he
they
just
misspelled Tatanka on their sign.
Did it? Did
they? I don't know if we should go back, but I 100% said Tantanka.
Hopefully we get to see it again.
Like, what if they're misspelling the wrestler's name? Do you really think your cameraman should zoom in on it? Was what's his name? Bucky Beaver, the
Kevin Dunn? He had to have been.
Like, there's not enough camera cuts on this to make me think it was Kevin Dunn.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the camera cut technology that they have now. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I feel like they really shoot this through two cameras, like a fixed camera and then just like one guy somewhere ringside with another camera.
Yeah, I think you're right too. They don't have 10 cameramen here. Mm-hmm. Dangerous Danny Davis, of course, is the referee. Got to point that out. See, and then they had to do the back stripe too. Like, why did it have? That's unnecessary. Come on, they could have just left it white. Horowitz doesn't have a green stripe going up his crack. Come on, man. Yeah. You're better than that, Tatanka.
I like the BH on his boots.
Oh yeah, I always like people who had their initials on their boots, or like how Ric Flair used to have like the RF on his trunks.
Yeah, double A. Arn Anderson had the AA on there.
Enforcer on the back, pal. That's the real enforcer.
The enforcer is the double mullets in this match. Who is the better mullet, Tatanka or Barry Horowitz?
So Barry Horowitz is more of a traditional mullet. So I'm going to give it to Barry Horowitz on this one.
Yeah, I think Tatanka is more salon mullet. His is more high class, somehow minus the red stripe. I don't know. Maybe that is extra high class.
Yeah, I think it's pretty high class, pal. Definitely a high class place. Barry Horowitz woke up like that. He didn't have to get that shit done. No.
Even he wakes up with that natural curl to it too.
Absolutely, and everyone knows I love the curly hair. So,
big fan of that new backstage. Commentator. Yes. What's her Samantha?
Yes, Ricochet's girlfriend.
Yeah, that
she does have lovely curly hair. Absolutely, yep. Good call on that one, Mayor. The huge back, what was that, like a backdrop suplex?
Yeah, that was his finishing move. He had the fall away slam, even though he's not Samoan.
So it was a non-Samoan drop, is what it was.
It was a Native American drop.
There we go. That's exactly what it was.
And is that IRS in the crowd? Is that man straight from?
It looks like if Paul Bearer was IRS. That's what that fucking guy looked like.
It's Paul Bearer going as IRS for Halloween.
You better pay your taxes.
That's very good. I like that. We need to combine more gimmicks in wrestling.
Oh my god. I swear, we've had many this is our 9th show, and every week the Ultimate Warrior is on the cover of the WF magazine. Don't they have anybody else to put on the cover of the magazine? For crying out loud.
I put Sean Mooney on the cover of the magazine with those eyebrows.
That's fair.
They really want to sell. I mean, if you want to catch people's eyes as they're walking by, do you put Warrior on there or Sean Mooney?
I mean, in my estimation, you put Sean Mooney. Oh, we're going to talk more about Papa Shango's curse. We didn't cover it enough last week.
No, not enough.
No,
he had the black blood of the earth.
The black blood of the earth. Now here's he does the wobbles, shake it, drop it, don't break it. He gives the warrior the shits. I like this guy here. He's right there. He's standing right there. See him? He's right there.
I really wish he gave the warrior the shits. If I could make one wish, my Christmas wish is to somehow make the warrior come back to life and just have the shits for the rest of his life. In Greek mythology where Sisyphus comes back and just has to push the boulder up the hill for eternity.
Yeah.
I want the warrior to come back and just literally have the shits 24/7. Screw you, warrior. If you can see that right there, buddy.
With the warrior back with non-stop diarrhea. Oh, amazing. And then, of course, we have to relive the promo that he had. He looks like he's just shaking. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's like, remember the boogeyman? The boogeyman would come out and he would just get to shaking.
I wonder if Charles writes on Cameo and he charges different prices for his gimmicks.
If he isn't, he should be. Goddamn, pal.
Oh,
then I forgot. Mean Gene starts dripping the fucking blood of the earth or whatever.
Oh, does he?
It. Yeah, I remember it starts coming out of his fucking sleeve. Yeah.
I think
how dare he do that to Mean Gene? Yeah, here we go. He blew some smoke, and now Mean Gene looks to be in some distress, and now, oh god, the blood of the earth.
I know the man behind the face paint definitely is still blowing some smoke.
Absolutely. I follow him on Instagram, and I can affirm to you that is the case.
I was so sad because he was wrestling maybe 30 minutes away from my house. I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. And I really wanted to go just see him and be get a picture with him. And I couldn't get off work. So it's a very sad day. Wanted to get a picture with Mr. Charles Wright.
That would have been something else. I would have liked to have seen that.
Although he would have made me look like a very tiny individual because I think he's 6'7" or something. He's a big man.
I think he makes most people look like a tiny individual.
He's like Billy Gunn. You don't realize how big of an individual they are until you see them in person. You're like, holy crap, that's that 6'7" range is just awkward because you don't think they're that big. You see the Undertaker or Kane, you're like, that's a big man. But
yeah,
6'6", 6'7", like Scott Hall. You don't really think of them as being huge until you see them. You're like, that's a half-foot taller and a whole grown man standing there.
Right. We got the warrior here. He doesn't look as ripped as he did in 1990. That's for sure. Just say that. Little less hard work and chicken breast, if you know what I mean.
I hate him so much. I don't want to look at him.
I know you do, pal.
Do you think he's reading a cue card right now?
He definitely looks like
his eyes are fixed.
Because he's like this.
Yeah, his eyes were fixed somewhere. I don't know what kind of promo he was cutting. It couldn't have been that great that it couldn't have been memorized.
I'm sure it was very confusing. Holy fucking shit.
Man. Is Greg with a Graig.
Looks like fucking Meatloaf.
That's the most unkept man I think I've ever seen in my life. That is every man in Kentucky. Oh God. And they had to stick him against Mr. Playgirl himself.
They called up the independent promoter, which was Jim Cornette, and said, "Give me the ugliest guy you got."
Let's stick the ugliest man on planet Earth in 1993 or 2. Was it 2?
Yeah, 2. Yep.
1992 versus the most handsome man walking planet Earth in 1992. Yeah.
That is not fair whatsoever.
No.
To poor Brian, whatever his fucking name was.
I don't know. I've got to see him again.
Holy shit.
God. It just looks like he's a bag of mayonnaise wearing a singlet. Like if you just stuck a freezer bag of mayonnaise, stuck some hair on it, and put it in a singlet, that's Greg Robinson right there.
Oh my god, his hair looks like Cousin It's on the top of his head. Like they chopped the bangs off of Cousin It. And it's...
Whoa!
Oh, we got a run in.
Angry. The dogs don't like Greg Robinson either.
No,
tell him, Bessie.
Fuck Greg Robinson.
Bessie saw Shawn Michaels, and as a female herself, she couldn't control herself.
Oh well, I mean, who could, pal? Who could?
Sorry, Bessie.
I cannot get.
He told you hands off the merchandise, like every other female walking the earth.
We have seen a lot of pathetic-looking jobbers, but this guy takes the fucking cake.
Dude, he took the cake, he ate it, he ate some more cake, and then
his hair isn't growing on the top. It's coming down the sides, but there's none on the top.
God. I don't understand it. His knee pads don't even look like they're on his knees.
He's like that. You ever see those boxers that they boxed for forever and their career record was like 9-48? Like, why would you continue boxing? This guy, why would you continue wrestling? Just go be a mechanic. It's fine. We all need to be we all need mechanics. It's fine.
Yeah. Do you think he's more Meatloaf or Ozzy Osbourne?
It looks like Meatloaf and Ozzy Osbourne had a child that they fed McDonald's every day for its entire life.
There's no Happy Meal when you look at that man. Nothing.
He will do anything for love, but he won't give up a Big Mac. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, there we go. Oh, the Sweet Chin Music wasn't his finisher there, was it?
No, he did this like dumbass backslide
suplex thing.
Yeah, he's about to do it right now. Imagine if this was Johnny Gargano debuts in the AEW and that's his finisher.
I mean, that's kind of like a Saito suplex that Cross did, but without making looking damaging. I don't think so. Is that little Jim Cornette? He looks like him.
God damn! I like that Shawn Michaels. He's got a stupid mullet. I like Brandon, even if he does look like Meatloaf. I like Meatloaf. Extra mayonnaise, motherfucker. Sorry.
That was a really good Jim Cornette. I thought he was on the program with us.
I hope he never hears this because they'll probably curse me out, and I don't want that to happen.
You do not want to be on the wrong end of a Jim Cornette verbal tirade.
No, I don't. No, I do not. Thank you. No thanks. I want no problems with corny. Shawn Michaels, the sexiest man in 1992, and he has been crowned the king of the mullets several times on this show, and who else could it be?
Did you ever see his Baywatch episode?
I did see his Baywatch episode. And did you ever see such beautiful eyebrows?
Ooh. Sean Mooney here. Going to talk about Shawn Michaels' handsomeness and not that ugly creature from the Black Lagoon that looks like the guy that was on Ernest Scared Stupid that he sprayed with milk. If you remember that troll, that is what that man looked like right there. And you know who doesn't look like that? Sean Mooney and his fantastic eyebrows.
Oh, he does look like that. If you've ever seen Ernest Scared Stupid, oh my God, yes.
Okay, if you guys aren't watching along, if you're ever listening to this, just look up, what was it, Greg Robinson? There can't be anyone else named Greg with Graig. Just look him up.
Yeah, look him up and you will see.
The Repo Man repossessed all of it, Greg Robinson's handsomeness.
Oh, he took it all, everything, and his talent.
Greg Robinson, before he got caught up, looked like Billy Ray Cyrus. Then afterwards, he looked like Greg Robinson. Looked like Meatloaf. Like day old Meatloaf.
Not even the good kind.
Not the Cracker Barrel Meatloaf. That's some good stuff.
I've never had Cracker Barrel meatloaf. I had Cracker Barrel a couple times, and I've never really been impressed with Cracker Barrel. Sorry. We're never going to get a sponsor from that show, but I'm not a fan of Cracker Barrel.
The only reason I like Cracker Barrel is they have fried okra.
It's a Texas tornado, and I want to tell everybody out there that I love me some fried okra. I like to have it in the morning with my breakfast before I plow the fields before the tornadoes come, because you know the tornadoes come in Texas, and that's why my name is the Texas Tornado. Let me tell you one thing. You use hard-working chicken breast, and all you got to do is get you right to the top.
I think he's so high. He just was like wiping the cocaine off his nose in the middle of his promo.
Hold on. Yeah, he does.
Poor Texas.
Poor Texas.
Do you know if Lacey Von Erich is his daughter?
Yes, it is his daughter.
It was his daughter. Okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember. I knew it was one of the Von Erich's daughters. I just wasn't sure if it was his.
Yep, that is. He has. I don't know. I think he has a couple daughters. But yeah, Lacey's his daughter. Poor Texas tornado.
Darn shame.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Man went up in a cylindrical cloud.
Oh God, look at that! It's delicious.
Sensational
Queen
sherry.
Sherry. Yeah, take a bite out of that, pal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait
The
to
capacity
see.
crowd here.
Oh, we got a Chico promo over here, man. I love when you say man.
Yeah. I like the one curl. That's really nice.
Is this the one where he steals fruit and spits it in the guy's face?
Oh, the original Carlito. It might be. I'm not 100%. So
can we call this number? Can I call this number right now and see what we get?
Yeah, see what they got. Free estimates, TV, CDs. I've said this before, but Scott Hall, the original 2 Chainz, should give him.
Dang it. I'm missing the number. I can't get the last four digits.
He never showed it. Damn it! It's probably the Briscoe's Brother Body Shop. Is probably what you're going to be calling. I bet you that it's.
We're sorry. You have reached a number.
Good news though, Mayor. We got some handsomeness on their way to the ring here. It's the natural disasters. Earthquake and typhoon slapping hands on their way to the ring.
I may have misspoke earlier by saying that Shawn Michaels was the handsomest man in 1992 when I wasn't really thinking about this gorgeous man walking out here. And
per pound, handsome Earthquake is the first of the Executioners here. Oh, see that? We were talking about this figure last week, the money green suit one. I told you about that. That's the one I had. Yeah, that's the one. It all comes full circle here on the Mayor of Superstars.
It always does. Everything just is like the circle of life here.
Like the Lion King.
That's very much Lion King-esque. The Mayor of Lion King.
These executioners don't realize that they were called the executioners because we are here to witness their execution because of the natural disasters.
Do you remember when there was going to be a hurricane and people actually thought that they could shoot away the hurricane? Do you remember that?
So I don't remember that exact. I do remember seeing a man saying that they could, somehow like use missiles to get a hurricane to go in a different direction or some shit.
Like I'm picturing the executioners trying to shoot away the earthquake and typhoon.
Oh fuck!
Jesus God, Earthquake is so much man. He just like hit him with the flick of the wrist and just knocked his soul out of his body.
Yeah, that man's soul has left his body. It is in the upper deck. It is going, gone. He has been executioned. That's not a word, but I just made it up.
He's been executioned from Lexington all the way to Louisville.
Yeah, he has. This guy, he's been getting the shit kicked out of him. That referee is definitely a local Kentuckian. Just look at that face.
Oh, yeah, that face says Kentucky.
Yeah, he's definitely had a 2-piece with the side biscuit, if you know what I mean.
Man, Kentucky's got some good fried chicken though.
I've never been to Kentucky, but I'm gonna take your word for it because you're much closer than I am.
Oh yeah, it's a 5-hour drive to get there.
I've had Kentucky Fried Chicken. Is that the same, or is it better? Does it taste different?
I remember traveling as a child to a place called Elizabethtown, Kentucky, because that was halfway to Memphis, and we'd always stop there and get Kentucky Fried Chicken, just because we thought Kentucky Fried Chicken tasted better in Kentucky. It really didn't, but
felt like it did. That's all.
It was nostalgic.
Absolutely, pal. Oh God, splat!
Oh
they
gosh.
killed one executioner. Oh God!
All the women in the crowd just wanted to sign up for that body splat.
They said, well, let me get some of that Earthquake Typhoon sandwich, if you know what I mean, pal.
Do you think when Genuine wrote that song In Those Jeans, he was singing about Earthquake?
There's no way he wasn't singing about Earthquake, pal. He was definitely singing about Earthquake. In Those Jeans, pal. Oh, splat. That's got to be it. Just fucking pen him already. It's been a massacre.
Oh, gosh, I love the stomp around him.
It's earthquake. You think you ever stepped on somebody's hand doing that? That would fuck your shit up.
Oh gosh, and he got the tag even though he was in the ring.
That was not illegal. That was not a legal tag. You cannot tag like that. He's standing in the ring.
Those are luchador rules. If you hand slap anywhere, don't those two men look like luchadors?
I mean, take it back. I could totally see Earthquake doing a top rope plancha. Absolutely, I could.
Imagine him doing a suicide dive.
Oh, that would.
How many people would have to catch him?
Oh, 7. All the ladies in the world can catch all that handsomeness, pal. Just like these eyebrows, if you know what I mean.
Man, Sean Mooney. I love how he always raises the eyebrows when he speaks. He speaks with his eyebrows like an Italian speaks with their hands.
He can talk with his eyebrows. Like Jeremy said, Joe Gacy can like smile with his eyes, which he does. He smile with his eyes. Sean Mooney can talk with his eyebrows. And spit in here. Skinner, disgusting.
What was Skinner's other wrestling gimmicks? Did he have other stuff going on?
I know he played Doink.
Okay.
His real name is Danny Davis, not that Danny Davis.
Not that Danny Davis, yeah.
Not that Danny Davis.
He's nowhere near as handsome as the other Danny Davis.
No.
Or as fair call down the middle as Danny Davis. That is an honorable man.
Yowzers. Look at all that. Ugh. I can't even look at it. It kind of
looks like Shawn Michaels' hat that he wears that he used to wear. Do you remember?
Yes.
But like for real hat. Like Shawn Michaels would really wear that hat.
Right. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I distinctly remember him wearing a hat that looked a lot like that many, many times. Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels needs to go back to wearing a hat.
Yeah, hats might be a good idea for him, or maybe bandanas, something to cover that head up.
1992 was a long time ago, Sean. I don't look as good as I used to in 1992 either, Sean. Embrace.
Oh, thank God Paul Bearer got back into his regular outfit back here for the promo. He's not the tax man anymore, so that's a good thing.
He came from the second row. He does have on the same white shirt and tie, but it was a red tie.
He just switched the tie, was all, and he put on a jacket. And that was it.
Okay. All Elite Scooby Doo. Do you remember when he did that?
Yeah.
It was $1,000 to have him cut a cameo on someone, and they did like 10 of them. And some guy dressed up as Scooby Doo paid him $1,000.
It was motherfucking. Thanks for ruining my childhood.
All Elite Scooby Doo. We're burying souls and paying tolls.
God,
I don't think he ever said that, but I just said it.
It sounds like something. I mean, I believed you. I thought that's what he said, so I was buying it. It sounds like something.
The Undertaker stood by the bridges and he collected tolls.
And as you know, if you don't pay no tolls, and we don't eat no rolls. I don't know if you know, but that's the saying.
I'm almost sad that we forgot to add Meatloaf to the AWI Pod Hall of Fame.
It's not too late, pal, because we can always go back. Because I will do anything for love, but I will. Put Meatloaf in the AWI Paula Hall of Fame, or Greg Anthony, Greg James Anthony, Greg Trailer Park Anthony, whatever the fuck his name was. He's in. Congratulations, sir. Much deserved.
This is the highlight of Greg Anthony's career right here.
If Greg Anthony is still alive, he should be grateful that we put him in.
I might try to find him on Facebook. He can't be that far away. He's only in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm sure we have some sort of family friends.
You're probably cousins, pal. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I've been to my family reunions. I can't dispute it. There's a lot of.
You can't rule that out.
No,
it's the Mountie. Did you know that the Mountie is handsome and he's brave and he's strong?
Whew. I mean, is that Jacques?
That is Jacques. Yes, he's never going to the AWI Pod Hall of Fame.
No.
Mountie your mama.
That might be the best sign in the 90s.
At a time when there weren't many signs, that is classic. That is amazing.
Mountie Yo Mama. Yo Mama. I love that it was Yo. It was Yo Mama. Not your. Mountie Yo Mama.
We got the Mountie versus Bob Backlund's son here.
I was going to say, is that Lance Storm?
Oh, if I could be serious for a minute, two Canadians are going one-on-one. Oh my god, this guy has the worst haircut. Like this isn't even a mullet. Your guys' hair sucks. Fuck these guys.
The Mountie and this man almost have the same haircut.
They have the same barber. They're clearly both Canadian.
Yeah, that is 100% a Canadian haircut in 1992.
Kevin Owens kind of has the same thing.
It does look like Kevin Owens' haircut. Didn't Jacques Rougeau train Kevin Owens, or he said he did or something?
He did train Kevin Owens, but as Kevin said, Jacques a dick, which I think most people who know Jacques say that he's a dick. So
I mean, most French Canadians probably are. Hopefully that doesn't kill our French Canadian listening crowd.
I hope not, pal. I hope not. We love you, French Canada, if you're out there.
I remember one time you said we are huge in Canada.
We are pretty popular in Canada, but probably not anymore.
Jesus, I killed it. I was talking about the other Canada on Jupiter.
It's fine, Canada. I live in Nebraska. You can make fun of me too. No big deal.
What's he getting? There's no way there's a
He's got that fucking cattle prod or whatever it is.
In that little thing? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, it's larger than I thought.
What are the fans getting so excited for? Oh no, they're booing. They're booing. I thought they were like getting hyped for something. I'm like, is Sergeant Slaughter making an appearance? What is that? The charger for it? What the fuck? And then why is it wrapped in tape? I don't understand that.
So it doesn't actually have any electrical. It's all wrapped in electrical tape, so it doesn't have any charge.
That makes a lot of sense, pal. That makes a lot of sense. Earl Hebner just said, "Not up in here. Not up in here. Not in Kentucky. We don't allow that in Kentucky. Only the horses."
Is he going to cut a promo before? I hope he sings the Canadian national anthem before he shocks them. Oh, Canada. How? I don't know any more of it.
Okay.
Who used to sing that? Was it Owen that would come out and sing it?
So I don't know if they would sing it, but they would when the Hart Foundation was doing that anti-US thing, they would come out and play the Canadian national anthem. I remember people would just fucking boo and throw shit at them. Yeah.
I loved them as heels. They were so good.
When I was a kid, I hated them, but watching that now, that was amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine, a 13-year-old kid in Lincoln, Nebraska being a big fan of the anti-American Canadian group.
Yeah, no, and I had a lot of members of my family that have been in the military too, so I was like, nah, fuck that. I remember I had friends that were like, but he's right. I mean, he's right about the fans. And I'm like, man, fuck you guys. But no, like 1997, if I'm going to go back and watch some old wrestling, 1997 is one of my favorite years. I love 97.
Yeah, 97, 98 were probably two of the best years of pro wrestling.
Almost as much as Vince McMahon loves these bodies, pal.
I don't know why. I just remembered, what's his name? Malcolm Bivens.
Yeah.
When he said about that, I can't remember her name, Ivy. He's like, show him that body. Just the way that he said it on NXT, it made me pop whenever he said it. He was like, body.
Bivens is fucking hilarious. I love Bivens. Oh man,
are we gonna get a fired up Macho?
He looks very angry. Well, I'm sure he's still mad at Ric Flair over about the whole situation with this fake pictures of his wife. I love when he gets
the hands going like this, because something serious is about to be said.
Yeah.
Hogan, be a man over here, you big coward, stealing Elizabeth on the weekend. Do you know what that does to a man's psyche? I don't think you do, Hogan. She ripped her clothes off for you at SummerSlam.
Hogan. Oh, I mean, we're reliving that whole thing. We're gonna watch Gigglemania, whatever. Gigglemania 4 is gonna be WrestleMania 5.
Macho Man is on a New Year's Eve hat.
He does. He's very festive. It was June then, but he didn't know. He knew one day that Mayor and Britt were gonna watch this right around New Year's. He's gonna look festive for it. So thank you, Macho Man.
Wow, that's sad. We're only 21 days away. I don't know by the time people hear this, but 21 days away from New Year's Day.
From today, which is
today. We're recording this, and it's still Friday.
10th. Yeah, December the 10th.
It is not Saturday, unlike what I already thought.
No. But the good news is the mayor tomorrow, when you wake up, you'll know. So, hey.
I'm okay with tomorrow being Saturday. If I woke up and tomorrow was Sunday, I'd be so pissed that every single person just foiled my day.
Oh, yeah, no. If I woke up tomorrow and it was Sunday, I wouldn't be happy. Right? Macho Man's very serious here. We can't even see his eyes because he's got the shade from the hat. We can't see the eyes. Usually he's got the shades over his eyes, but not today.
Is that a top 3 belt for you? That's probably my favorite belt.
That one and then the White Intercontinental Championship are probably my top 2. The big gold belt is one of my favorite ones
WCW
as well.
And,
yeah. But I also did like remember WrestleMania 14, Shawn Michaels had that one, and the next night they gave Stone Cold Steve Austin a different belt. I do like that one too, but I like the Winged Eagle one is probably my favorite.
Yeah, the Winged Eagle is beautiful. I wonder who owns those.
Oh, I'm sure Conrad Thompson has them.
Conrad has all the good belts.
Yeah, everything good in wrestling, Conrad's got it.
Do you think if you go to Conrad's house, he has the Lex Express sitting in his garage?
He does. It's in the driveway. Absolutely, it is.
It's in the driveway.
It's in the driveway.
You pull up to Conrad's house, the Lex Express is there. The
the
entire what was the battleship that Yokozuna got slammed on?
Oh, the USS Intrepid.
USS Intrepid. That's literally sitting in his pool.
It just floats. Look at that hair, pal. That guy's got a mullet. Zach Donigan's here, AWI Pod Hall of Famer.
Very
Dangerous
much so.
Danny Davis. I love this guy's mullet. My God, that is the world-class mullet. That guy might make it in the Hall of Fame just on mullet status alone. Oh, this guy's pissed.
He's like, shut up, Zach. That's what he said.
Oh, it's Kamala. It's the
Kamala.
Ugandan giant. I actually just watched an episode of Wrestling Classic with Rob and DJ from the Mindless Wrestling Podcast, which you will hear this Tuesday. Not this Tuesday from when you're listening to this, but this Tuesday when we did it live on December the 10th, as we discussed earlier. And Kamala was on there. And we were discussing the fact.
Remember? Was it a job or was it a good match?
No, it was. So this was 1986 Wrestling Challenge. It was definitely a jobber. I can't remember his name. But we were talking about how Kamala used to always try to pen people on their. He would have them on their back and try to pen them, and it's like, why does it continue to do that? He's wrestled 100 times.
Kamala was in WWF Wrestling Challenge in '86.
Yep, he was on there. He absolutely. Yep.
Holy cow! Wow, I didn't think he was around that back then.
Yep.
Wow.
Old Sugar Bear Harris here. Uh-oh. We didn't get this guy's name, unfortunately, because I like his chubby little body, too.
Well, we might be able to come up with it. His trunks have his initials on it.
His name is Dwayne Wayne. His first name is Dwayne, last name Wayne.
The guy from Arrested, what was that show? Remember Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade's a basketball
player.
No,
Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade. It was the show with Sinbad on it. Steve has to know.
Yeah, I have no idea. It was a TV show with Sinbad?
It was a TV show with Sinbad, and Dwayne Wayne was the main character.
God damn it.
I can't think of it.
Like the kids are in college, right?
Yeah, they're in college. It's like Saved by the Bell, but
it's like I'm picturing it right now, but I cannot think of what the damn name of that show is. Because I use that GIF.
I want to say the one girl's name
Sinbad.
was Whitney, the other one was Dwayne Wayne, and the other main character was Sinbad.
Oh yeah, no, I can't. No, it's not In Living Color. A Different World.
No, A Different World. That's it.
There it is.
There you go.
See, we got it, pal. We put our two hits together. See, he's trying to pin him on his back.
Before
like, no, you gotta pull him over.
Finish this match, we got it.
We got it, pal. Before Dwayne Wayne, not that Dwayne Wayne. And now he's back to Kentucky Fried Chicken where he is a franchise owner, if you know what I mean.
And not Dwayne Wade either.
Not Dwayne Wade, no.
Did he play for the Bulls at one point?
He played for the Bulls for one season. He did, yep.
Okay, I thought so.
We overpaid Dwayne Wade 6 years after we actually wanted him. No, 4 years, but still.
I feel like he played for the Cavs for a season too.
He did play for he played for the Cavs for half a season, and then they traded him back to Miami.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. So he played for the Bulls, and then the next year he played for the Cavs for half a year, and then they traded him back to Miami.
When he was averaging like 3 points a game, and I could have done the same thing.
Well,
a lot less money.
Exactly. I mean, the Bulls paid him like $20 million for the 1 year he was here. So
I would have put up 3 points a game for like $85.
Arriba!
Arriba!
Tito Santana's on his way out to the ring here. I love Tito Santana.
I don't know if you speak Spanish, Brent, but I want to translate his name for you. It's the Matador.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate. I did not know what the El Matador stood for, so thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
You're very welcome. I just wanted to translate it for you. That's
we are
what friends are
international
for.
here. We are international here on AWI Pod.
International on the microphone.
I'm internationally known on the mile. Paul Bear is back. Paul Bear was back. He washed off his white paint. Now he's back out there. White paint, his makeup. I said white paint, like he paints himself white before he fucking does interviews with Undertaker. What a stupid thing to say.
Oh, here's the Kentucky ref again.
The Kentucky ref is back. I want to say that guy who just lost to him was like his cousin or something.
Do you think Greg with a G, AIG, is also related to this man?
I feel like they're all one big wrestling family or something. Like their dad runs the local wrestling school in Lexington, and that's the only reason why they get booked on these shows. We got not Scott Norton out here taking on Tito Santana.
It's not Norton.
Not double in, not Norton.
You can't come at him with a closed fist. You're a baby face. What are you doing?
Come on, Tito. Only the heels do that. Tito would never do such a thing. Tito's a stand-up guy. Tito would never. Oh,
what does Arriba mean in Spanish?
I don't know. I have no idea. I assume something good.
He just said it. Arriba.
That's why I always do it, because I remember he'd always Arriba. Yep. Oh, not Norton is in some serious trouble here.
Who was not Norton's tag team partner in WCW?
Buff Bag. Oh, you mean Ice Train?
Was it Ice Train? I thought was
Fire and Ice. They were Fire and Ice, Ice
right.
Train.
I was thinking Buff Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell is Vicious and Delicious.
That's what it was. Yeah, Vicious and Delicious. What's the better name, Vicious and Delicious or Fire and Ice?
It's definitely better than American Males.
American Males.
I'm going Vicious and Delicious.
American Males.
It's one of my favorite all-time songs is American Males. Scotty Riggs blocked me on Twitter, so.
Scotty Riggs blocked you?
Yeah.
That should be like a badge. I don't even know how Scotty.
No, this one you'll really like. You know who blocked me on Twitter? Ben Roethlisberger blocked me on Twitter. You'll like.
How have I not been blocked by Ben Roethlisberger for all the terrible things I've probably said about that man on Twitter? I have no idea.
I don't even know. Maybe I said something to him. I'm not sure, but yep, he's blocked me on Twitter.
I'm sure I've said way worse, and I don't think he's ever blocked me.
Oh, the big boss man's on the phone.
I know why. I've come to the conclusion why. He knows I have pull in Canton, and do you know what's in Canton? The Football Hall of Fame. So he doesn't. Don't you step over the line, Ben. I know this is your last season.
And there knows people.
Not know people.
You're not getting in them
committee.
Those 2 Super Bowls don't mean nothing. They mean nothing. Roethlisberger.
Kurt Warner should have won that Super Bowl. You cheat.
Ugh. Kurt Warner. His son used to play for Nebraska. Not anymore, but he used to. Old Cade Warner. But Boss Man really got beat up. You know what he said on the phone, Mayor? If you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia. Okay. Oh, Nails is going to take on Richie Cunningham. It was something Cunningham. I don't remember what the first name was. Handsome bastard.
Ron Cumberbund, and he was a. Speaking of handsome, he was a handsome man for a jobber.
He was a strapping man. He was definitely the best looking jobber I've ever seen.
Yeah. He's above and well beyond Greg Robinson.
Fucking Dauber's here, so.
Dauber.
Oh, straight to choking. He's choking Cumberland.
The Doc.
Cumberland is just, goddamn, he's jacked.
He's so tan. That might be the most tannest man in. Who's tanner? Him, Hogan, or Arn Anderson back then?
I was going to say, is he tanner than Mandy Rose?
Mandy.
I should have seen that coming, but I didn't see it coming.
Ron. It doesn't work quite as well with Ron.
Ron's not. It's not the same. No, it isn't the same. It doesn't have quite the same effect.
Maybe if it was Randy, can he just change his name to Randy?
I like Randy better. Yeah.
Randy.
Jesus Christ. There we go. Now that hits right. Randy
there you
hits
go.
Just right. So, I mean, the mat wrestling here and the catch-as-catch-can style of Nails is just impressing me. He's flying all over the place, flip-flop flying. He's like the Young Bucks out here.
That's the least impressive chokehold I've ever seen. Like, that's not going to do anything.
No. Oh, now he's going to choke the shit out of him with this nightstick. So did he beat him or?
Oh, you got to call it Joey. I didn't know Joey was alive this long.
Yeah, I want to say 92 or 93 is when he passed on. So I remember him refereeing matches at WrestleMania 9. So I know he was still around by WrestleMania 9. But I want to say 93 is when he passed away.
R.I.P. Joey.
R.I.P. Joey Marella. Yeah.
Way too soon.
One of the best referees ever, Joey Marella. All this kid said, Boss Man's coming back from Cobb County, Georgia. He's going to lock your ass up.
Gosh, how much do you think that wrestling buddy would be worth right now?
Goddamn, in mint condition, probably more than a Luchasaurus one would be.
Luchasaurus, where did that come from? That was the most random comparison.
No, they have AEW fucking wrestling buddies that I see.
Do they really?
Luchasaurus was one of them, and I just thought, why would anybody want to buy a Luchasaurus one? But anyway.
No. I'd rather have a Nails one.
I'd rather have one of the fat jobber we saw earlier.
Luchasaurus is like the most unimpressively large men I've ever seen. Like, I don't want to crap on current wrestlers, but it's like Luchasaurus and Big Swole might be like my two least favorite.
I've never seen Big Swole wrestle, so I can't comment on that. But just,
you should be happy.
Wouldn't be bad if he wrestled like a big man. He wrestles like a Luchasaurus dinosaur, and I don't understand.
I guess it's in the name Lucha, but how about just be a large dinosaur? Just be T-Rex.
Yeah.
Can you just be Brontosaurus instead of Luchasaurus? Be a large dinosaur.
Brontosaurus. Let's change his gimmick to that. Oh, here we go. Papa Shango. We've seen a lot of Papa Shango on this show.
There's a lot of Papa Shango.
He's got a skull. So there's that.
Do you think he was at Halloween? What's the name of that store?
Halloween. Oh, God. See, now we're going to do this again. Halloween Express?
Yeah, that's probably one.
Yeah, that's
got to pop up all the time.
Yeah. So we had one there. We used to have like a department store here. Like it was called Gordman's, which is like a TJ Maxx. You heard of TJ Maxx?
Yeah,
so it's like
course.
that. And then it closed down, and then it just every Halloween it's like a pop-up, shop.
30 days. Yep. They have like a 30-day lease, and all of a sudden it's just Halloween down.
I'd like to have like one of those WWF blazers that he got for Halloween, and then you could be Sean Mooney. Would that be cool?
Here's Ellering again, just slapping a newspaper like me at the horse track.
We put all the money on number 7. I don't know if that's how horses go, but
is Paul Ellering still alive? He's the only one alive out of those, isn't he?
He is the only one still living out of them. Yep, Paul Ellering. Yep, both these guys are gone, and Paul's still around. Yeah. Who would have thunk it? I mean, if you looked at this 1992, you probably wouldn't have thought that. But
I always thought Paul was so much older, but he might have even been younger than them there.
Maybe.
I don't know. He kind of reminds me of a more, I don't know. He kind of reminds me of Bill Alfonso a little bit.
I could see that. A more menacing Bill Alfonso.
Yeah, like a little bit more jacked Bill Alfonso.
Yeah, like Bill Alfonso looks like if I just boop and he'll fall over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no one looks large standing next to the Legion of Doom or Road Warriors, whatever you want to call them. Like those are just two large jacked dudes. Like maybe the Steiners back then, but like if you're standing next to them, you look tiny.
Next week, join us next week. We're gonna get Brother of our Crush. We're gonna get the Undertaker. Your boy Money Inc. It's not fat. It's not the big IRS. It's regular sized IRS and the Legion of Doom. No way they're facing each other, right?
No, not on Superstars at WrestleMania. Maybe
couldn't be. And more Pop Ashango.
If before we get too far, if you had an 80s and 90s, early 90s, we won't go to like 95 and before the Attitude Era. If you had an 80s and 90s tag team favorites, what would be your top 5?
I mean, shout out to Kaz3200 for that. This act is missing something, maybe a ventriloquist dummy. That's amazing. Because remember, they had the dummy.
Didn't it ride out on a motorcycle?
They did ride out. yes, they did. Yeah, they did. You're right. Yep. So shout out to you because that's
what was the
I'm sorry.
What was the puppet name? Kaz, do you remember the puppet's name? If you're there,
what the fuck was the puppet's name?
It had a corny name.
I want to
not cornet name since we were talking about Rupp Arena.
I want to say I have a figure. Rocco,
that's it. You're right. Rocco. Oh, wow.
Kaz
100% right.
Kaz 330, whatever it is. Kaz, you are my new best friend because that was amazing. Thank you. I'm sorry. I got lost there. What was your question again?
My question? I got lost by the Rocco. Kaz, you could go ahead and jump in on this question too, since you're clearly well versed in the tag team division. Top 5 for 80s and 90s tag teams.
Okay.
Or if you want to do top 3, because top 5 is kind of hard.
Top 3, I'm going. So number 3 is going to be Demolition. It's just they were a mainstay of my childhood, so I got to take Demolition. Number 2 is going to be Harlem Heat. I always love Harlem Heat from the minute I saw them on TV. I don't know what it was about them, but it just grabbed my attention. They always were my favorite tag teams. Number 1 favorite tag team ever, the Rockers. I loved the Rockers as a kid. The Rockers were one of my favorite tag teams. That would, but like outside of that would be the Brainbusters, because the Brainbusters, Arn and Tully are one of my favorite tag teams too. So they're on the fringe.
That's probably my number 1. I love the Brainbusters. I love the two of them together. That would probably be my number 1. Then I'd probably have the Rockers, then probably either Heart Foundation or the Bulldogs at that time.
There we go. The Heart Foundation's a good one too. So there were so many good tag teams back then. There were just so many.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even. I'm just talking WWF. I didn't really start thinking about WCW until you said Harlem Heat, because then I'd have to start thinking about Midnight Express and
See, I didn't watch a lot of WCW when I was a kid.
I didn't get into it until later.
If we're talking the span of the 90s, then they're not my favorite team, but the Steiners put together a solid decade worth of work. Yeah, definitely. No, you can't. You got it. The Steiners are in the conversation for best tag team ever, I think.
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. I was only really thinking about WWF, and the Steiners just had that short run in the WWF. Yeah, it wasn't.
Like I was gonna say, I didn't watch a lot of WCW when I was super young. I didn't really start watching it until Hogan went over there. So like, as far as like the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express, like I went back and watched that as an adult, but like as a kid, I didn't watch it. So it doesn't have like as much of a lasting effect on me as someone who probably watched that in the 80s or the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100% understand that. Because I'm right there with you. Because I didn't start watching it until probably about that same time, in the 90, 95, 94, somewhere in there.
95, yeah. Yep.
I'm pretty terrible with years, but about that time.
The older we get, pal, the worse it becomes.
Every year, every day seems like it just like could have been a year. I don't know. I literally thought today was Saturday, so who knows?
That's a really good point. You did think today was Saturday. So before we get out of here, I recently was on the Piece of Business podcast. Shout out to Glenn and Jeremy. And we watched a match that we thought that I didn't put the game clip up here, did I? Never mind. We're going to watch it next week. I got a nice clip for the mayor of this match that I watched with Glenn and Jeremy.
Oh, you can't leave me on a cliffhanger like that.
It's going to make the mayor feel some type of way. We will kick off next week's show with it because I forgot to upload the video on here.
Was this Superstars?
No, it's from WCW. So I just watched it and I was like, oh, the mayor would love to see this. And Glenn and Jeremy both agreed that you need to see at least some clips of it. So I'm going to show you clips of this match to really get your mojo going before we do. It's a historic 10th episode next week. So make sure you join us. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's our historic 10th Mayor of Superstars. Don't miss it.
10 p.m., 10th episode. If you guys are missing out, I don't know what to tell you. You got to reevaluate your lives, people.
That's
this is
right.
10/10 on 10, and today's December 10th, which is 12/10.
Oh my God, mind blown, pal. Mind blown. Well, that's going to do it for us. Make sure you follow the Mayor of Canton on Twitter. He's at the Mayor of Canton. You got anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I think we're good. I think we covered everything I can think of.
Oh, I missed it. Man. Well, yeah, I don't got anything else either. So that's going to do it.
Still waiting to give away this John Cena action figure.
It's been many. I'm waiting for Dre Rogers to watch one of these live shows and drop a comment. We'll send it to him.
I'm not sure.
Kaz is in the running for this John Cena figure. If you can hold it up one more time, you're really in the running.
John Cena action figure right there. Actually, it's this large. I'm trying to undersell it. It's one of the LJN figures, the large one.
It's huge. You didn't know they made an LJN John Cena, but they did.
They did. And we have it, the only one. Take that, Zack Ryder.
I will take everyone down for this figure. That is amazing. Well, that's going to do it for us. We will catch you next Friday, or if you're listening to this at a later date. Shout out to Tom from Sportswire Radio. I can't forget that.
Hey, Tom. I didn't use the large word for you. You
got any big words to throw out real quick? Just say real quick.
Let's think. Let's think of a large word. Large word. You know where we are going to be? We are going to be everywhere. We are ubiquitous, Tom. Everywhere. Ubiquitous, buddy.
It's not going to get any better than that, so that's it.
I can't think of any other.
Catch you next week.
See ya.